Next example. This one is difficult. I labeled it as difficult. It requires 2 steps. Let's say high school friends decided that 2 years from today they will take a graduation trip to Europe for the entire summer, which is 3 months. For this trip, they decided to start saving money by depositing altogether, so 2 friends combined, $200 at the end of each month into their joint savings account that pays a 12% interest per year. So it means 1% monthly. The rate is way too high, but it's just in this example to make the math easier. They will spend the entire saved amount during their summer trip in Europe. Here's the question. How much money, and it needs to be a fixed amount, will they be able to withdraw from their joint savings account at the beginning of each of the 3 months of their European travel? So here's what's going on. They will be making deposits for the next 2 years, once a month, so a total of 24 deposits. We know that they will be depositing $200 at the end of each month. So the first deposit that they will make will be 1 month from today, and the last, the 24th deposit, will be at the end of 2 years, which is month 24. That's the first step. What are you going to calculate here? You'll be able to calculate how much money they will have by the beginning of their trip. What the problem is asking us is how much will they then be able to withdraw at the beginning of each month during the 3 months of their travel to Europe. So the first month is between end of month 24 and end of month 25, counting from today. The beginning of that is the beginning of month 25, right? So it's under 24 on my timeline, and so on. So you place 3 question marks. And each withdrawal amount should be the same. So all 3 should be the same number. In the first step, you can calculate how much they will have saved by the beginning of their trip. So you would find the future value of an ordinary annuity with 24 monthly deposits at the end of each month. In the second step, you will then use the number from step 1 as the present value of 3 monthly money withdrawals, and you will be solving for the annuity payment, PMT, in the financial calculator. So step 1, after 2 years, after making a total of 24 deposits, $200 at the end of each month, they will be able to save $5,394.60 if you plug in the numbers into the future value of an ordinary annuity formula. Then, so of course you can do it in the financial calculator using 200 negative as PMT, 24 for your N, 1 for your monthly rate, that's your IY, and you're computing future value. The wrong way to then calculate the deposit, one of 3 equal amount deposits, is to take the total savings at the beginning of the trip and divide by 3. Because that doesn't take into account the fact that once the first amount is withdrawn, everything that remains will earn 1% interest over the next month. And then after the second amount is withdrawn, what's left earns interest again over the 3rd month. So how do we include all of that into our second step? The correct way is to solve for annuity payment, either using the formula or the financial calculator. The important thing in the financial calculator is you need to set it to the begin mode. You need to clear it first and set it to the begin mode. The reason you need to clear it is because there will no longer be any additional deposits made during the 3 months after the last deposit is done. The reason you need to set it to the begin mode is because the friends, while they're in Europe, will be withdrawing money at the beginning of each month. So in a way, there are 4 steps that you need to follow to solve this problem. Okay, so let's do it in the financial calculator. Let's clear everything, second, plus, minus, enter. Step 1, how much will they have in their savings account by the beginning of their trip? We need to compute the future value of an ordinary annuity. The annuity payment is how much they will be depositing each month. That's $200. So I press 200, I change the sign to negative, and then I press PMT. How many deposits will they make over 2 years? Because the deposits are monthly, we need to stick to the monthly frequency throughout all of our calculations. And the number of deposits should be 24 N. Then we need to enter the interest rate that the money will be earning in the bank account until the friends leave for their trip. Again, the interest rate must be monthly, which is 1% per month. You put 1 IY, and you're computing future value, $5,394.69, right? 94.69. Actually, I have only 6, so you can, feel free to add 9 here. And then we want to clear everything. Second, plus, minus, enter. We want to set the calculator to the begin mode because the next step will be an annuity due. You press 4 buttons. Second, payment, second, enter. And now do the second step and the last step. By the beginning of the trip, they will have $5,394.60.6. Make it negative, save it as your present value, because that's kind of the sum of the 3 money withdrawals before they are done, right? Before the money is withdrawn. So that's the present value in the second step. That was the future value in the first step, but that's the present value in the second step. Then we're going to be withdrawing money 3 times. Put 3N. The money that remains in the bank after each amount is withdrawn will earn a 1% interest every month, and we should take that into account. So you put 1 IY, and you're computing PMT. $1,816.12, and my answer is actually rounded to the whole dollar, 1,816. A pretty complicated problem. I promise I won't ask you anything like this on any exam, but it's good to see how complex things can get. And I also thought it's a pretty realistic problem, right? Saving money for something and then figuring out how much you can use out of it, regularly, if that needs to be in fixed amounts.